Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Honda. Get to your local Rocky Mountain Honda dealer today or visit RockyMountainHondaDealers.com. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll only find in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com. Bicycle Village. Huge holiday specials going on now, including their famous Hide a Bike program. The top-rated staff will assemble and hide your bike until Christmas. And by the Monkey Sports Superstore, now open in Colorado. Shop for the hockey, lacrosse, or baseball player on your Christmas list in Greenwood Village or at monkeysports.com. In Buffalo tonight, the Avalanche and the Sabres meet for the first of 2 times this season. We'll get together later in Denver on March 28th. And for the Avalanche, 9 consecutive years without a loss. And there you see, this is Austin McDonald, who is from Savannah, Georgia. And through the Make-A-Wish program, the 9-year-old decided he wanted to come up here to Buffalo. He went in the locker room. They had a jersey, had a locker for him, and he came up along with his family here to the press box. Both you and I got to meet him. What a nice young man.
Oh yeah, and it was, you can see just how much fun the family was having. His brother was having a great time, but you know, he got an opportunity to have a great moment in that locker room. This was the part that was really cool. They brought him in, and he was a been a Buffalo fan because his dad was born in there and grew up in the area, and all of a sudden he realized, wait a minute, what's over there?
Good.
What's that one? They had a jersey all set. He had his own stall with his name up there, Austin McDonald above the thing, and he was just off the charts. But Michael, you picked this up. Watch this. Ted Nolan, the coach.
What's your name?
Buffalo Sabres.
My name is Austin.
Austin. Yeah, I see a jersey hanging up for you somewhere. Yeah. Is that the one? Got his own stall and everything. Who's your favorite player?
He said just said his last name. Who's your favorite player? It was just.
I love when he went in the locker room. He's calling guys by their last name.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't start using nicknames too. Hey, Quinny, how you doing? Hey, Annie. Great stuff. Austin McDonald through Make-A-Wish. All right, let's look at our Ford starting lineup. And Peter, this is the story I think tonight. 2 goaltenders. They're as playing as well as any goaltenders right now in the National Hockey League.
It's one of those things, Mike, don't look at the numbers. Do not look at the numbers, because both of these goaltenders are playing very well for their clubs. What will be interesting is, Mike, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame show. This isn't a battle between 2 great big guys. These are young, quick, battling goaltenders for both of these clubs.
And we are set to go. The Avalanche and the Sabres for the first time this season. This Buffalo Sabres team has won 6 games in a row on home ice. Now they're coming off a game in which they went to Winnipeg and got clobbered against the Jets, but it was the second half of a back-to-back situation. We get a quick whistle just 9 seconds in, and we'll have a face-off in the Buffalo zone as we take a look at the rest of the lineup. And Peter, there are some changes by Coach Patrick Waugh in terms of his line combinations. First, you insert John Mitchell and Patrick Bordeleau into the lineup, but also this is a team that's not scoring goals right now, and so some changes have been made by the Avalanche in terms of the line combinations. So we show you those combinations, and then here are the defensive pairings as well. The healthy scratches, and this is a rare thing recently for the Avalanche to be able to say, Peter, here are some healthy scratches for this team, because injuries have been such a bug for this club through much of this season. But Nick Holden and Dennis Everberg are the 2 healthy scratches, with Mitchell and also Bordeleau getting into the lineup tonight for Colorado. Sabres have the puck from the near side. Myers shoots, and that is caught through some traffic by the goaltender Calvin Pickard. Big Tyler Myers, one of the biggest players, one of the biggest skaters in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, and this Buffalo Sabre club, at the start of the season, Mike, they just, nothing went right. But you go 10-4 over the course of the last 14 games. Things are starting to turn around. One, the goaltending. But also, this is a young defensive core that's gigantic. You can talk about Myers, but they got other guys, 6'4", 220, 6'3", 6'5", 225. So it's a young club with a big defensive core starting to play better hockey.
Stewart after the puck, back in the lineup for his 2nd consecutive game after missing 6 weeks of hockey, and played his 1,000th NHL game against Pittsburgh a couple of nights ago, becoming just the 100th defenseman in the history of the NHL. What an accomplishment that is. Only you guys, in terms of all those players that played all these years in the NHL, have played 1,000 games in the NHL, and Brad Stewart now added to that list. Buffalo back to get to the puck. Picked up by Mazzaros. Pushed the puck to center. Avalanche recover. Sent back towards the line for Nate Gennin. Slides the puck across. And Tyson Barrie out to center ice. He finds Tanguay open at the line. Sends it across. Mitchell shoots and misses the far side. And the puck rattles around the boards and comes back down the ice into the Colorado zone. Tanguay back to get it first. Threw it behind his back for Gennin. He gets hit along the boards. The puck scooped up by the Sabres. Pass back towards the point. Buffalo with the puck in the Av zone. Foligno, far side shot through traffic. Nice save made by Pickard. There was some traffic in front of him, and somehow he picked up the puck. Shot by McKinnon goes wide and tipped up into the screen, and the puck has gone out of play.
Pretty good. An interesting pace to this start of this hockey game. You know, it's for the Buffalo Sabres on the season. They don't score a lot of goals, but you still have already now 3 times they've moved the puck back to the point man to get shots on goal, like, and been flooding the front of the net. So for Pickard already, you can see what the game plan is. People are getting people in front. Teams are getting people in front of him, so he just to not let him see the puck so well.
We talked to a few of the Avalanche players this morning. They all said one of the things that the Avalanche have to be very careful with is those shots from the point by Buffalo. They got some guys that can really shoot it. Chance for Jan Hejda with wide of the net. Tipped out towards center ice. Pass across for Talbot from Hejda. Down the slot, McKinnon hands it off. Shot, score! Erik Johnson, who scored the last 3 goals scored by the Avalanche, has just tallied another. He is 7th of the season. McKinnon will pick up an assist, and the Avalanche defenseman Erik Johnson gets the goal and gives the Avs the early lead.
And so much of the conversation around the Avalanche has been getting that key goal at the right time, and this is a big goal, because when Buffalo scored the first goal this year, they're almost unbeatable. And the Avalanche, Johnson jumps up in the play. Nathan McKinnon makes a nice play on that. Nathan McKinnon on the right side tonight with Duchesne, but more important for the Avalanche, they get some confidence early.
How about that? In one sense, the hat trick for Erik Johnson. He scored the last 3 goals the Avalanche have scored. And the Avs with a nice goal, set up perfectly, and the Avalanche lead Buffalo early in this game 1-0. Our cheap scoring summary will show you that Johnson now with 7 goals. This one coming at 2:23. Nathan McKinnon, Max Talbot getting the assists, and the Avalanche up 1-0 here in our first period of play. Stewart from behind the net, centered out in front, shot, glove save by Pickard. Well, he is not slowed down at all, Pickard, in terms of where he left off on Thursday night in Pittsburgh. A couple of outstanding saves already in this game, including this glove save.
And Mike, here's the young gentleman you were talking about, Larson, who has just been called up from Rochester, is yet to score in the National Hockey League, and he won't get many better chances than that one right there. What a terrific save by Pickard. But just quick note on Talbot, Mike, his 100th NHL assist.
Congratulations to Max Talbot. The Avalanche up 1-0 in this game. Avs again with another rush, carried in over the line by Briere, the former Buffalo captain. Sends the puck towards the net. It was interesting, after the Avalanche skate this morning, a number of the Buffalo media went in, and Briere surrounded in the locker room, Peter, and every one of them, I heard them come out going, wow, is he great? Well, is he just great to talk to? What a nice guy. Boy, we miss him around here. Yeah. They just love Daniel Briere. It was a very successful year, his last year here in Buffalo, and anybody who's ever met him or talked to him knows what a terrific person he is, and they loved him here in Buffalo. Myers cuts off the dump in, starts to head up ice. The big defenseman for Buffalo, forced back by Tanguay. Long pass up ice, cut off by the Avs, Erik Johnson. He sends a lead pass ahead. Iginla towards Mitchell, broken up by the Sabres, tipped out towards center ice. Delorier shoots the puck into the Colorado zone. And a long pass out to center ice. Iginla sends it across the rink for Mitchell, chipped in, and coming back to pick it up. Ristolainen, puck to the corner. Sabres have got it. Carried out to center ice by Foligno. Nice poke check by Tanguay. Got it to Mitchell. He shoots, but Enroth makes the save. Foligno tapped the puck up the boards. Ristolainen chipped it off the wall, out to center, and it's bobbling into the Colorado zone. Long pass ahead for Mitchell, and he turns and slams the puck in, partially blocked. And the puck trickles back behind the net. Spun around by Fedorov. Out to center. Kept in play by McKinnon. Into the corner for Talbot. Centering pass. Chased down by McKinnon for Colorado. Gets poke check. Followed up though. Talbot's got the puck. Cutting to the far side wall. Chased to the corner by the Sabres. It comes free. McKinnon turns and shoots, but deflected wide. And the Sabres on the move out to center. Tyler Ennis. Nice long pass ahead down the near side for Drew Stafford. Taken into the corner boards by the defenseman Zach Redmond of the Avalanche. And the puck comes free back towards the point. Shot by Mazzaro. Save made by Pickard. And he holds for a face-off in the Avalanche zone.
And Mike, why was Mitchell all by himself? Well, he'd lost his glove. And he had turned around to go get his glove and realized, oh, I can't. And Tanguay finds him. And he walks in and fires. But players will tell you, you don't like that feeling. Because it's that hand standing there, and any good defenseman knows that's a free shot. I'm coming after that. I played with a guy named Brad McCrimmon. Mitchell would be a sore puppy right now.
He's shaking the hand. And
yeah, absolutely.
Pass comes along the inboards towards the corner. There's going to be a penalty. Our first penalty of the game. The Avalanche are up 1-0 with 14:25 to go in the first period. And our first call of the night sends the Avs centerman
Colorado number 24,
into the penalty box.
Well, if there's an area where both these clubs, Mike, have really struggled, it's on the power play. It's the power play for both of these clubs has not done them a lot of good. Now, penalty killing at home for Buffalo has been good, and on the road for the Avalanche, good. Anywhere it's been good for the Avalanche. But you know, these power plays for both of these clubs have not given them much help.
No, Buffalo dead last in the NHL with their power play opportunities. They have scored only 8 power play goals this season. Out to center ice, Talbot cutting in. Forced to the wall by Myers and pinned there. Ennis reaching for the puck for the Sabres. It does come free. Stafford comes out from behind the net. Angled towards the wall by Tanguay. Dropped it behind him for Tyler Ennis. Ennis, who leads the team in scoring, 22 points. Backhand around the wall. Stafford waiting at the half boards. His pass cut off by Hayda. Held in by the Sabres. Flicked across by Ennis. Pass down low. Bounced free. Ennis scooped it up. Pass to the near side corner. Girgensson. Pass back to the point. Back to Girgensson. Below the circle. Ennis sends it across. Stafford retrieves the puck. Back to the point for Myers. To Stafford. Side of the net for Ennis. Center. Shot. Save made by Pickard. He came across and got up against that post and gave Girgensson nothing to shoot at. Cleared out by the Avs.
And Girgensson knocked Hayda down, so he was wide open in front.
45 seconds remaining in the Cleach penalty. Walk for interference at 5:35. 1-0 lead for the Avs. Racing after the puck. O'Reilly cuts in. Shot. Score! Short-handed goal by Cody McLeod. And the Avalanche are up 2-0. O'Reilly got to the puck first. Sent it across, and McLeod tipped in his second goal of the season and the team's third shorthanded goal of the season.
Now watch the play by 90 right here. Watch him use his body. Comes across, perfect little pass, aerial. McLeod, Mike, did he pick it out of midair, or did it come down? Whatever. He was able to get it past Enroth as the puck comes across. Oh, their sticks kind of battled for it. McLeod won in the Avalanche. What a huge play by O'Reilly and a great finish by McLeod.
And it's 2-0 for the Avalanche. Aaron Delphice. Ristolainen. That is the 5th shorthanded goal given up this season by the Buffalo Sabres. Ristolainen through center. Shoots the puck around the boards. Handled by Stewart. Back to the point. Cleaches out of the box. One-timer save made by Pickard. Ristolainen. The pass behind the net. Scooped out in front and taken away by O'Reilly. Pushed out to center ice. Carried in by Cleach. By himself as the rest of the Avs going off the ice. Cleach will dump the puck behind the net. And coming back to get it. Zadorov. Pass across by Myers. Out through center ice. Tipped in by Kaleta. Hayden shoots the puck around the boards. And it comes out to center. Hustling after it, McKinnon. Couldn't get to the puck. Kaleta. Stripped away by Duchesne. 7-5 shot advantage for Buffalo, but the Avs are up 2-0. Pass across for Talbot. Behind the net for Duchesne. Back to the high slot. Hayden, wrist shot. Deflects off the glass into the corner. Duchesne again with the puck. Separated from the puck by the Sabres. And the Buffalo Sabres with possession. 11:20 to go in the period. Carried out to center ice. Josh Georges. Up the boards. Tipped in by Foligno. And Barrio comes against the puck. Quick long pass out to center ice for Tanguay. Back behind him for Mitchell. Carries through the neutral zone into the Buffalo end. Backhanded around the wall into the corner. Dropped off. Centering try. Tipped back behind the net. Mitchell first to arrive at the puck in the corner. Throws it over towards Iginla. He had that stick up in the air. He was ready for the one-timer.
But Mike, right now the Avalanche are moving the puck real effectively through the neutral zone and setting up some good chances.
And a couple of long passes, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. And how about the imagination of Tanguay? He passed that puck back into his own zone to Mitchell, who was coming up the ice. There aren't two guys on this Avalanche club who will try that.
Center ice pass for Mitchell, broken up. Tipped in over the line. Offside, Buffalo. And that stops the action with 10:20 to go in our first period. Avalanche off to a good start. First, Eric Johnson with his 7th of the season, and then Cody McLeod.
Mike, 2-0 for the Colorado Avalanche early in this first period. When Mike practiced yesterday, both clubs sort of crossed paths yesterday here in Buffalo. And you look at talking to Ted Nolan, it's now in his second stint as coach of these Buffalo Sabres. Said we're slowly getting better. But then along comes Brian Trottier. And remember, if Avalanche fans remember, he was a part of the coaching staff that was there for the Avalanche, won that cup. What a great guy. I mean, you can see.
Fantastic. It was so fun catching up with him yesterday, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and he's got that enthusiasm. He said, he wasn't sure he wanted to get back into the coaching, but Ted asked him, and, it's been a real good, pairing for the Buffalo Sabres.
With the puck in the corner, and yesterday, Peter, you and I were over at the new practice facility. The Avalanche became the first visiting team to skate in the facility, which is right next door to this building, the Avalanche, which the Sabres play in. Right next door, brand new facility, and the Avs first visiting team to go there. And it was really nice.
Oh, it's going to be spectacular. But they put $200 million into it. There's an outside skating rink where the old Odd used to be that they just opened up a couple nights ago, and public can come and skate. It's a
6 years in the making.
Yeah, and it used to be, not a great area downtown. Now it's a fabulous area. People are starting to flock back to, the city of Buffalo.
Stewart's shot gets blocked, gets the puck again to the point. Shot by Ristolainen comes wide of the net. Larson chases the puck down in the corner with it. Pass along the end boards for Stewart. Centered out in front, but it's skipped away back to the point. Shot by Benoit. Save made by Pickard. Rebound to the corner. Sabres with some pressure and a good shift. Stewart from behind the net. Johnson for the Avalanche. Rolled it up the wall. Kept in momentarily by Buffalo. It squirts out to center McLeod, who scored a shorthanded goal earlier in this period. Drives the puck to the front of the net. Enroth makes the save and holds on to the puck for a faceoff. In Buffalo, the Avalanche. Good start to the game. Lead 2-0. All right, let's take a peek at who is in the groove. Brought to you by Groove Subaru. And certainly some goaltenders around the league with some high percentage.
And Mike, just in case you're thinking that maybe we're just talking a lot about Pickard, but he hasn't done anything, boy, oh boy. Look at those numbers. And he has, Mike, again, we've seen it here tonight. I mean, they've had some couple of scoring opportunities. He's been perfect. And at the other end, the Avalanche have been able to put the puck by Enroth a couple of times.
This is the Sabres team that won 6 in a row here at home. Foligno's pass across. Intended for Kaleta, missed. Kaleta's hurt. And the puck comes around, and he's still on the ice. The puck came right by him. And he's collecting his gloves and the stick. Meanwhile, the Avalanche moving up the ice. Long pass taken on the backhand by MacKinnon. Puts the brakes on, cross ice pass. Cut out in front of the net. Talbot, hand off. Shot comes wide from MacKinnon. Duchesne from behind the net, reversing. A couple of players on him, but able to move the puck to the near side halfwards for Talbot. To Duchesne. Handoff goes to MacKinnon. Pushed against the wall. And the puck pushed up the near side by Kaleta. And finally corralled and taken by Zadorov. And he carries the puck through center ice into the Colorado zone. Rims it around the boards. Drops to the near side half boards. McGinley tapped it ahead. Carried out to center by Tyson Barrie. The Avs defenseman into the zone. He sends it across looking for a redirect from McGinley. But missed connection. And the pass comes out to center ice for Buffalo. Intercepted by Barrie. Knocked down. Barrie flipped it across to the far circle. Tapped out to center by Stewart for Colorado. Chased down by Tyler Ennis. Curl in front of his own bench. Bounces off the check. Gives to Myers. And he lobs the puck around the boards into the Colorado zone. Into the corner. Handled by Redmond. Shoots it around the boards. McGinley waiting. Tapped it back behind him for Stewart to take. Sabres change it up. Avs doing the same as well with their forwards.
So you can see what the Avalanche are doing, Mike. They're trying to stretch the play. There's no question. They've got guys up ice. They're looking for that long pass.
There's another one out to center ice. Then the rink wide pass. Picked off by the Sabres. They counter the other way. Hodgson over the line with the puck. Carried in on the far side by Brian Flynn. But we've got a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty. As Flynn carried it in, he was tripped up. And there's another penalty, second of this game.
Colorado minor penalty 92, tripping.
Landeskog off for tripping.
Have a quick look at this play. Just, you know, Landeskog just trying to play the puck, obviously. But here's Barrie jumping up into the plate. Tyson Barrie in like the longest slump he's had this season. He's been 5 games without a point, and that's a lot for him, the way that he has been playing. But again, for Buffalo, like, this is a big momentum situation. The Avalanche kill this one again. With the 2 goals that they scored and the short-handed goal that they've got, they start to take control of the momentum of this game.
It's early. We're just in the first period, 6:35 to go, but the Avalanche are having a good, strong game. With the Sabres on the power play. Ristolainen nails it around the wall. Waiting on the near side. Zadorov lobs the puck to the corner. Flag down by Stewart. Back towards the point for Zadorov. Sends the puck across. Tipped towards the front of the net. Dribbling, and it goes wide. Chipped away, but Zadorov will get to it against the near side wall. Down the boards for Stewart. Back towards the defenseman. Holds it in at the blue line. Cutting across. Makes a sharp pass into the corner. Sent across through the crease, but wide. Zadorov hustles and kept the puck in, but it's carried out to center by Cleach, and he shoots the puck into the crowd. And we have a halt in action with 1:07 left in the Landeskog penalty.
Oh, the Buffalo Sabres again. Like, they're moving the puck around, you know, but it's you see what's happening for them is everything's starting from the deep in the outside, a long way away from the net, and Pickard was able to find it quickly and just sort of poke it wide.
In and Roth set the puck behind the net. Power play for Buffalo. Myers over the line. Shot around the boards by Girgensson. And the Avs immediately nail it back the other way into the Buffalo end. 40 seconds to go in the power play chance for Buffalo. Down 2-0. Avalanche with goals from Johnson and McLeod. Here's Stafford. Skates in, cuts around into the corner. Send it around the boards towards the far side corner. Puck popped up in the air off of Mitchell, and he bats the puck down the ice. Sabres are on it. Carried in over the line by Flynn. Puts it along the boards. Handoff goes to Ennis. Flicks the puck towards the corner. Stafford will take it. Pass towards the The Avalanche net behind the cage, centered for Myers, and it's tipped out to center ice. Now it's a race. And out of the box comes Landeskog. He joined that race. The Avalanche have the puck, but the pass comes up ice, carried by Ennis through the neutral zone. So the Avs did kill the penalty. Ennis stops, waits, flips the pass across, and tipped towards the far side corner by Mazzaro. Circles behind the Avalanche net. Got to come out in front. He does. And the puck tipped away by Johnson. Passed out to center ice over the head of Iginla. And it'll be ruled an icing call against the Colorado Avalanche with 4:17 left in the period. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles for 2014. They're available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village and Colorado Springs. 2-0 Avalanche. 2 goals on 6 shots. Sabres with the puck in the Avs zone. Coletta takes it on the backhand. Pass back towards the point, right at the blue line. Kept in by Buffalo. Foligno. Checked in the wall by Landeskog. Makes the pass back to the point. Shot got blocked before it went to the net. Blocked and then kept in play by Buffalo. Delorier shoots it around the boards. Coletta reversed it back around. Delorier takes the puck. The half boards to the point. Shot through some traffic. Goes wide of the net. Up the wing and chipped out to center ice. Iginla swats the puck into the Buffalo end. George is back to pick up the puck. Sabres changing things up. Avs as well. The pass comes out through center ice. Carried in. But behind the net. Puck handled by Sabres. Intercepted by the Avs to center ice. McKinnon splitting through the defense. McKinnon's in. He got hooked. Got a backhander on net to save the rebound. Touched by Buffalo. But the speed of Nathan McKinnon draws a penalty. And the Avalanche are going to get a power play opportunity up 2-0 in the first period. We'll be back with the Avs on the power play. Stevenson Automotive brings you Did You Know? Here's our question of the night. What delayed portions of Game 3 in the 1975 Stanley Cup Final between Philadelphia and Buffalo? Was it C1, bat in the building, C2, leak at the rink, or C3, a fog throughout the building? We'll answer it in the third period. Face-off won by the Avs on the power play. Up 2-0. Shot by Johnson. Saved by Enroth. And he covers the puck. So the Avalanche with their first turn on the power play in this first period.
And interesting for the Avalanche, they're going with a set line. They're not breaking up lines. They've got Duchesne, McKinnon, and you've got Talbot out there as that guy, Mike, and that's his normal line.
Good one on the face-off for Colorado. McKinnon has the puck. He has picked up an assist in this game, and through the penalty has put the Avs on this power play. Up the boards for Duchesne. Back high for Johnson. Johnson with the puck. He shoots, tipped down, wide of the net. Bouncing puck. Slugged down to the ice. And the puck freed up at the half boards and flicked, but not out. Johnson, leaping it, was able to knock it down. Laid it down the boards. Scooped up the near side wall. Still a minute 10 left in the Andre Benoit penalty. Off for hooking at 14:51. Now the Avs score on the power play. A lucky winner will get Avalanche tickets to an upcoming game, courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture. Go online at afwonline.com/altitude. 2-0 for the Avs. 2 minutes to go in the first period. Still plenty of time left on the power play opportunities for Colorado. Former Av Andre Benoit on the penalty box. Landeskog has the puck for Colorado. Avs captain puts it up the boards. Freed up by the Sabres and sent out to center ice by Ristolainen. Darting across the neutral zone. Tyson Barrie carries in. Able to work his way along the end boards. Poke checked away. Sabres have got it. Carried out to center ice and then shot down the ice by Brian Giunta. 12 seconds left in the Benoit penalty. At the center ice comes Barry. Backhanded into the corner. Drops in the corner. O'Reilly takes a hold of the puck. Gets back towards the point. Out of the box comes Benoit. Shot down low in the crease. Slapped at by Redmond. Taken away by the Sabres and rushed up ice by Myers. Gives to Ennis. Carries in over the line. Fakes the shot. Cuts in and taken away by Redmond. Tried to split through the defense, but Redmond did not let it happen. Back towards the blue line for Stafford. Then pass out to center by Landeskog. Ahead for Iginla. Waits and just off the bench. Coming in. Gets the pass. Pass down low by Tanguay for Mitchell. Comes wide. Back to the corner. Sabres have the puck. Shut around by Girgensons. Pass out to center. And flipped in to the Colorado zone. Just 20 seconds to go in the period. Angles towards Enroth. He'll cover with Tanguay gaining some ground on him and get a face-off here in the first period. Let's look at tonight's winning combo brought to you by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, the first one, Mike, believe it or not, the second period. We'll talk about that a lot as we get into the second period, but finish. And the Avalanche did a nice job on a couple of plays of finishing and scoring some goals for Patrick Roy. But the second period has been a big Achilles heel for the Avalanche over the course of this last month and probably a good part of this whole season.
Only 10 seconds away from second period. Pass of ice for Foligno. Long shot. Stick the side to the corner as the period comes to an end. And for the Avalanche, although they were outshot in the period 10-9, they made the most of their opportunities. Johnson and McLeod scoring the goals.
And what you love for the Avalanche, they passed the puck well. And a lot of long passes. And they had great jump. It started right off the hop with Duchesne, Talbot, and McKinnon's line. Really got things going for the Avalanche.
Peter, for Calvin Pickard, that is now 5 consecutive regulation periods without a goal. 5. So it's 2-0 for the Avs after 1. Stay tuned for the Toyota intermission reports. Thank you for watching the Toyota Intermission Report presented by the Toyota SUV family and your neighborhood Toyota stores. Avalanche with goals from Erik Johnson and Cody McLeod lead the Sabres by a score of 2-0 after one period in Buffalo, a team that's been 9 years since the Avalanche have lost to these Buffalo Sabres. But Peter, one thing that the Avs were trying to do during that first period, really stretch out the Sabres, make the long passes.
And you see the defenseman looking up ice every single opportunity. You see all kinds of action through the neutral zone. Players cutting to the side, cutting towards the middle, trying to force Buffalo back, trying to make them decisions. The Avalanche have flip-flopped all their lines tonight with a couple of guys returning from injury and just the idea that they want to make the Sabres make decisions, Mike, as far as matchups. Who's going to match up against Landeskog's line? Who's going to match up against Duchesne and McKinnon? And, you know, all of these things, they want to make the young Buffalo club think what they're doing. Cody McLeod, Mike, what a night it'll be tomorrow night for him. You know, game number 500 tomorrow night in his career.
And a guy who, Peter, scored his first ever goal against the Detroit Red Wings, Dominic Hasek, and he'll play tomorrow night against the Detroit Red Wings in his 500th NHL game, all with the Colorado Avalanche, an undrafted player, and has he made a career, and closing in on 100 fights as well.
98 fights. He has 96 points. What do you think he's going to get first? 100 fights or 100 points?
You want to really? My bet is on the fight. Carried over the line by Myers. Sent to the far wing. Shot and a save made by Pickard right at the post.
Well, Pickard stays strong on the puck. Stafford, Mike, he's one of those guys that is, Mike, every time you hear about Buffalo, you hear about, is Stafford going to be the guy that's going to be good? Because he can score. He's big, 6'4", 215, and everybody's looking for size up front.
Just beginning things in the second period. Avalanche up 2-0 in this game. Looked into the corner. And Calvin Pickard, Peter, I mentioned right at the end of our first period, 5 consecutive periods in regulation play that he's not given up a goal. You're talking about just getting it done for your team. Calvin Pickard is doing it. And he's given up an overtime goal to St. Louis and an overtime winner to the Pittsburgh Penguins. But other than that, 5 regulation periods without being scored on. Talbot cutting in. He shoots. Directed wide by Benoit, the defenseman for Buffalo. Wound around the boards. Held in at the point by Barry. Shifted down the wall towards McKinnon. Back towards Barry at the line to McKinnon. Falls down but makes a pass. Sent across for Talbot. And the Sabres take away the puck. Chipped out to center. Back to get it at his own line is Nate Gennon. Pass through the middle for Mitchell. Then split through the defense. Reaches back for the puck. Runs into Stewart. Flings the puck out to center ice. Gennon got it back. Turns it into his own zone for Tyson Barrie to take. Sends it across for Gennon. We're 2 minutes into the second period in Buffalo. Avalanche their second game of a 3-game road trip. They will play tomorrow night in Detroit. Sabres with the puck. Snapped around the boards by Flynn. Scooped up by the Avs and carried to center ice by Iginla. Gets to the Buffalo blue line. Nice pass behind him. Tanguay turns and shoots. Redirected by Mitchell, but Enroth with a sparkling save. And it comes out to center. Kick back into the Avalanche zone. Johnson got it back for Colorado. Shoots across the rink. And it bounces behind the net. Iginla gets to it first. Centering pass. Enroth just stuck out his stick in time. Otherwise, that could have been a great scoring chance for the Avalanche. Sabres move the puck to center. Hodgson, his pass broken up by Colorado, stolen back by Cody Hodgson. He cuts in, he shoots, deflected wide by Johnson for Colorado. Sabres get to the puck, pass back to the blue line. George has got it, former Canadian, shoots, and that's stopped in front. Johnson takes away the puck for Colorado. Makes the pass, up the wing, Hayda trying to sling it out, could not. Hodgson keeps it in play, Avs get it back. Put behind the net by Cleese for Eric Johnson. Twisting out of the corner, bounces behind the net. Hayda sends it up the wall and down the ice. No icing on the play. You know, it's funny, I had this morning an interesting conversation with Jan Hayda. I said, are you watching, or who are you looking for Buffalo? He said, nobody. I don't want, maybe a couple of guys in the league that hit. But otherwise, they're all the same. I'm not looking at the number. Then he said, came back later, he goes, you know what, I thought about it. If I see their number, that's bad because then they're behind me.
I know that feeling.
Out at center ice, Stewart shoots the puck. Head, that's blocked. And Larson for Buffalo shoots it into the Colorado end. Back to get it. Defenseman Zach Redmond. 4 minutes into the second period. Not much happening here in this second period. And the puck is tipped out of play. We get a whistle here in the second.
Well, again, we're seeing the Avalanche continue to make these long passes. And what it's doing for the Avalanche right now, it's creating some scoring opportunities. The Buffalo Sabres have not yet figured out exactly what's going on. Here's a play by Tanguay earlier. Now, this was an absolute pass. Look at that, Mike. That is just, you know, he doesn't take the big shot right there. He just threw that right on the tape of Mitchell. And this, again, we've got another line that's been put together tonight. They played a little bit before as a line, but they have been effective in this game.
Barry lobs the puck in. Enroth cuts it off. The puck towards the corner. It hit the shelf, and that caused it to then ricochet up and over the glass, hit the netting and out of play.
Like I was talking about the second period, so for the Colorado Avalanche, they've allowed the most number of goals. And what's it really lets you see it. The Avalanche have allowed 6 goals in overtime. That, remember, the goalies change ends during overtime, so it's a second period change. They've allowed 40 goals in second period and in overtimes and only scored 25. Asking the coaching staff yesterday, what does that do? Well, so often there's been that miscommunication, a bad play, they don't dump it in, the defensemen are stuck on the ice for a long shift, and that's when you start running around. They've caused a lot of their own problems.
Carried in. Girgensons cuts to the front of the net. His pass broken up. So you think it really has something to do with where the bench is in relation to where you're changing and where you're attacking?
When you're making mistakes, and that's what the Avalanche have been doing. They'll play a solid first period according to the coaching staff, and then all of a sudden they come out and they won't be panicking, but they'll try to press too hard. They talked about the Pittsburgh game the other night. It's 0-0. Now, why are you changing the Avalanche, your game, and Pittsburgh isn't? Pittsburgh's comfortable. They're playing the game. Should be doing exactly the same thing. Now, they're getting some shots, but all of a sudden, Pittsburgh, who had apparently one scoring chance in the first 13 minutes of the game, ended up with 26, which is a ton. 10's the magic number. You want to be under 10, and they had 26 chances.
Maybe a penalty on Buffalo. Delay call. McKinnon draws his second penalty. Then a hit on Duchesne by Nikita Zadorov. And that draws the ire of the Avalanche. Zadorov just stood up Duchesne after the arm went up from the referee, as McKinnon, with his speed and moves twice now, has drawn a penalty from the Sabres.
Yeah, it was not the hit on Duchesne that was the penalty. It was the interference on McKinnon through the neutral zone. Let's have a look at the penalty.
Buffalo 51, 2 minutes for holding.
So he reaches out and grabs the arm. That's just pure speed. And now McKinnon's coming across. Like that's just hockey right there. It doesn't feel good, but that's hockey. Zadorov, I'm like, he's a 19-year-old kid, Mike, who is 6'5", 220 pounds. He was a 16th pick last year when McKinnon was drafted. He is a big, strong kid with an incredible future.
Well, you saw then Talbot try to go after Zadorov, but Stewart cut him off. But no fight ensued, and just the 2-minute minor call on Zadorov. And the Avalanche get their second power play chance of the game. They scored a shorthanded goal. Shot from the point by Johnson, tipped wide of the net. Sabres last in the league on their power play, their penalty killing. Now at home, they are 5th best in the league, but 22nd overall. They include road games in their penalty killing. Johnson handles the puck for Colorado. Up 2-0 in the second period. Eric Johnson and Cody McLeod with first period goals. McKinnon knocked down. The puck sent around the end board, back behind the Buffalo net. McKinnon along with Talbot. And the puck flung back towards the point by Duchesne. Stewart manning one of the points. He shoots, and that hit Georges in the leg. Flipped out towards center ice. Stewart had 4 shots in the Pittsburgh Penguins game a couple of nights ago, with his first game back in 6 weeks.
After missing 16 games, played over 20 minutes.
Mitchell's pass got broken up, and the Sabres, Tyler Myers clears the puck, setting it down the ice. 45 seconds left in the Zadorov penalty. Tyson Barrie to center. Sends a backhander across for Mitchell, and his shot deflects into the screen, and the puck has gone out of play, which means a face-off in the neutral zone.
And for the Colorado Avalanche, they know what happened today. They know what Los Angeles won 4-2, and now Los Angeles is, Mike, that club in that last wild card spot is 12 points ahead of the Avalanche. You cannot, like, that's a ton. This is a big lead the Avalanche have right now, and almost a must-win with the fact they got to go into Detroit tomorrow night.
Carried through by Redmond. We just saw that Detroit goaltender Jimmy Howard now day-to-day on an injury for the Red Wings. Mitchell has the puck, sends it below the circle. The Red Wings not playing tonight, so they will be a rested team. Pass in front for Tanguay, gave it right back to Iginla. Reach back to the point for Redmond. Zadorov's out of the penalty box. Power play done. Shot to the side of the net by Mitchell. Rattled around. Barrie has the puck. Back to even strength. After the Avs not able to score on the power play, they are 0 for 2 tonight. From behind the net. Puck taken by Mazzaros. Shoots it around the wall. Avalanche keep it in play in the Buffalo zone. Ristolainen, hand off to Foligno. Chipped it off the boards, didn't get it out. Avs keep it in play. Into the corner for Iginla. Handed off to Tanguay. He's back behind the net. Pushed off the puck by Mazzaros. Spun around. Leash keeps it in. Into the corner, Mazzaro snaps it around the boards, and the puck does come down the ice. No icing, though. That allows Buffalo and now the Avalanche to change up some players, as Eric Johnson skates out to center ice with the puck, fans on his first attempt, and then makes a long pass through the middle. McLeod shoots, and the save made by Enroth. To the corner, put behind the net for McLeod. Skates up the boards, flips it back around behind the net. See Patrick Bordeleau out on the ice for the Avalanche. The big forward playing in his first game of the season because of back surgery. Missed the first 30 games this year, but in the lineup tonight. Now, he was a healthy scratch in the game against Pittsburgh. But he is in game 32 this season for Colorado. 4
shifts in the first period, just about 2 minutes of action, but you know that he is going to slowly be brought back into the lineup.
Icing call on the Buffalo Sabres. Right now we're out shooting the Avs 13-9, but they've got nothing to show for it. There he is, Patrick Bordeleau. Great to see the big guy back in the lineup.
And it starts to tie together that bottom group for the Avalanche. Patrick Roy loves that fourth line. McLeod on the left. McLeod and Clich can kill penalties. You got Bordeleau. Well, we all know about the toughness he's got, but they work so well as a group. McLeod and Clich, 2 of only 4 players making the Avalanche that are plus.
Stafford backhands the puck to center ice. 11:15 left in the second. O'Reilly's pass off the boards for Briere. Towards the net. Gets cut off. Turned up the near side wing. Back to the point. Shot by Redmond. Hit a body. Chopped at by the Sabres' Benoit. Hits it again. Up the ice for Gianta. Cut off. Back towards the point. Sent it hopped over the stick of Brad Stewart. Chase the puck into the neutral zone. Give it back to Redmond. Sent over the line for Briere. Avs attack again. Briere shoots, save made by Enroth. Rebound comes to Landeskog. Hand pass, though, called on the Avalanche, so that's the reason for the stop. And we'll pause enough to take a television timeout from Buffalo, where the Avalanche lead the Sabres 2-0. Time for our Lexus on the ice.
And it will be the newly put together line of Mitchell returning after only playing 1 of the last 11 games for the Avalanche. Now we have seen Iginla and Tanguay. We saw him for a lot of years in Calgary, combined for a lot of goals, but they have played well together as a group, and the line has looked sharp, moved the puck well.
Sabres win the face-off, so we resume play in the second period. Avs lead the game 2-0. Eric Johnson, Cody McLeod with first period goals. Benoit steps up, has to wait for the Sabres to get onside. Still a delay offside situation. Carried out to center ice by Duchesne. Sprints into the Buffalo zone. Curls to the wall. Pass back for Tyson Barrie. He shoots wide of the net. Snared by Duchesne. Twisting along the near side. Puts back behind the Sabre net. Chase to the corner. Plays the puck behind the net for McKinnon to take. Reversal along the end board. Reaching in as well, Duchesne. And McKinnon now reaching for it. Comes free for McKinnon. Drew it back across through the crease to the near face-off circle. Barrie behind the net. Good work by the Avalanche on this shift. Pass in front, broken up. Kept in play by the Avs. Talbot. Talbot shoots. Save made by Enroth. Back to McKinnon behind the net for Duchesne. Avalanche keeping the puck away from the Sabres. Saucer to the near circle for Barrie. Hopped over his stick. Out to center ice. There was a little example of what that line combination can do.
Well, that's what Patrick Roy was looking for from those guys.
Mitchell shoots, and Enroth got a little bit of it to send it wide. And it comes around the wall, back out to center ice.
It just seems like Mitchell's line, every shift something's happening.
At the line, Mitchell makes a steal. Turns back, makes a pass, taken smoothly by Tanguay. His shot right off of Zadorov and goes wide of the net. Avalanche spending some time in the Buffalo zone. Outshot the Sabres 5-2 in this period. Sabres just with 2 shots. A little over 11 minutes of work. Tip in front of the net, goes wide. Stewart tries to center. That's blocked. Back to the point. Mazzaro shoots off a skate and to the near side boards. Played up and out to center ice. Stewart gets it again for Buffalo. Cuts in over the line, going wide. Rolled off his stick. Johnson plays the puck to the corner. Mitchell lifts the puck to center. Pushed ahead by McLeod. And then back behind the net. Quick pass out to center ice. They're calling icing on the Buffalo Sabres.
Well, Mike, when I saw this goal, Mike, it's one of those ones where you have to see it a bunch of times to really appreciate it. Tyler Ennis against the Montreal Canadiens. He just keeps coming. The puck follows him, Mike, and how he gets this puck on net up over Price's pad is just absolutely remarkable. That will be up for goal of the year all season long.
Pass to center ice for Ennis. Sends it over the line for Stafford. Trying to cut to the front of the net. Circles back behind. Centering try. Ennis picked it up. Worked out in front. Shot. Nice save by Pickard. And he covers the rebound. And we'll be back. More second period play from Buffalo. Avs continue to lead 2-0. The Monkey Sports Superstore now open in Colorado. You can shop 16,000 square feet of the top brands for the hockey, lacrosse, or baseball player on your Christmas list at the Monkey Sports Superstore, located at 6578 South Yosemite Circle in Greenwood Village, or go to monkeysports.com. Face-off won by the Sabres. Shot directed wide. Turned around the boards. Around to the far side for Tyler Ennis. Into the corner for Stafford. Avs up 2-0. And the puck punched ahead by Landeskog. Into the Buffalo zone. Ennis back to get it. Played it off the wall. Couldn't get it by Briere. And the puck is tipped into the screen and has gone out of play.
Mike, one of the really fun stories around the National Hockey League has been the young Latvian star for these Buffalo Sabres, Jurgensen. He is leading the All-Star voting by over 500,000 votes. Why? In Latvia, every time the Sabres play, the whole Latvian country gets up and they just vote for him. It's 4 Chicago Blackhawks behind him, and he is the leader, Mike, and he is running away with it. Over 1 million votes already.
Peter, this morning, Ted Nolan, the head coach for Buffalo, was asked about it. What do you think about this? He said, Jurgensen deserves it. This is great. Yeah. He just thinks it's a wonderful thing. He also made mention that Nolan has coached all over the world, and he said, I've been to Latvia, and he said it's one of the most beautiful places to live, and the people there are fantastic. He goes, I can understand why they're doing this. They love one of their own, and he's a Latvian, and you know what? It's a great story. There's a hit on Duchesne. That's twice now that Duchesne has been rocked in this game. That got the crowd in. It's been a pretty quiet crowd here in Buffalo. Trailer is Duchesne. His shot goes wide. Stewart knocks the other Stewart on the ice off the puck. And the Sabres have it. Carried out to center. Through the middle. Lifted ahead by Delorier. Back behind the net.
And Mike, Ted Nolan would know, because last year, even though he had taken over the job as the head coach here in Buffalo, he had committed to be the Latvian Olympic coach, and so he was their guy.
Chased down to the near side by Hudson. Handoff. Shot by Johnson. And look at how Pickard came way out. Didn't give him much to shoot at. He attacked that puck and made a terrific save. Puck drops in the corner. Tanguay, handoff, back in front for Tanguay, lifted over the net. Sabres get it back. Outlet pass for Benoit, long pass, and it goes off of Hodgson towards the goaltender, Calvin Pickard, who keeps a hold of it, forcing a face-off. Avalanche still leading. It's 2-0 in the second.
Well, Mike, these are the votes. And here, I mean, the nice thing about it is he's having fun with it. Yes. You know, he's been able to talk. It's not like he's saying, oh, they shouldn't have been voting for me. Hey, it's my countrymen. They're voting for the All-Star team. Hockey's an international sport now. I'm the #1 vote getter. It's wonderful, because the next 4 guys are all Blackhawks. You want to talk about something that maybe isn't, you know. So they wanted the voting. They wanted the fans to get involved. not sure they knew this was going to happen, but it's great.
Face off of the Avs zone. Colorado wins the draw, but it comes back towards the point. Kept in by the Sabres. Around the end boards to the near side wing. Stafford. Taken off the puck by O'Reilly. Sent around up the wing. Kept in at the point by Ennis. His pass picked off by Hayda, who, by the way, was drafted by the Buffalo Sabres back in 2003.
Did not come over right away. His rights were eventually traded to Edmonton, where he played his first NHL hockey.
Dumped in to the Colorado zone. Johnson pass across for Hayda. Rink wide for Briere. To the red line and in. Offside Colorado. 4:48 remaining in the second period.
Well, Michael, we just don't see this very often. If there's one thing that Matt Duchene is, he's elusive. And he has, I mean, both of them, that hit, it led to a little scuffle for the Avalanche, and this one right here. I mean, they're just hockey hits. There's nothing high. There's nothing, the head wasn't targeted. And they're just...
Dorff and Ristolainen were the two that hit Duchene.
And there's the young defensive core that they feel is going to be such a big part of the improvement eventually of this hockey team.
Pass across for Barrett. Shipped out to center. The Sabres team. Well, 10-4 in their last 14 games. And so much talk as McLeod goes down to the ice. This is the year, Peter, you look at the top two prospects to get drafted, you think, boy, you're a fan, you're torn. You go, it's great to see this progress by the Buffalo Sabres, but then there's also this thought of, well, it'd be nice to get one of those finish last and have a chance at the top two prospects.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, you can certainly see just by the effort of Stewart here that they're players
just... Nolan's not going to allow that to happen.
Absolutely not. And you talk, might be the number one most talked about player right now in the NHL as far as trades, Chris Stewart. Because he has scored 28 goals in the National Hockey League, because he has a mean streak that's a mile long, and also the fact that he's 6'3", 230 pounds. So not having a terrific year offensively, but there's still a lot of interest.
There's 3 goals this season for the former Avalanche. Sabres come out to center ice. Shot by Hodgson, tipped to the net, and the deflection goes wide. Gianza with the puck. Centered out in front, bounces towards Pickard, and he's got it, and a face-off coming up.
Well, for the Buffalo Sabres, they're doing something right now that they don't do very often. They don't shoot in the opposition. Only 3 times this year, 3 games that they actually have won, have they ended up outshooting the opposition. They usually get blasted every night. They're averaging 36 shots on goal against. They're averaging only 23 shots. And to this point in the game, Mike, they're doing a good job. They got 20.
Peter, I think the Sabres are down to 16 skaters. Have not seen Coletta this period, and haven't seen Tyler Myers in a while. In fact, we just saw Delorier take a shift on defense.
Wow.
For this Buffalo team. Held around the wall by the Avalanche. Cutting back after the puck. Zadorov plays the puck behind the net.
I remember the Catello one, but he fell into the end boards. We saw that, but I do not remember anything happening to Myers.
It's hard to miss him on the bench as big as he is.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Icing cold on Buffalo.
You get a lot more room, but you know, we've seen it with the Avalanche. A couple of times they've lost defensemen inside of games in the first period, and it's hard to mix and match and keep the pace up when you're missing a defenseman, especially with somebody like Myers, who eats up the most ice of any of the Sabre defensemen.
He and Patrick Coletta not on the Buffalo bench currently. After the face-off, poked straight to the boards. Tanguay dueling with Ennis. Sabres come up with a puck. Pass out to center ice. Girgensons pass towards the front. Overshot his teammate, and the goaltender Pickard holds the puck. All right, we talked about, Peter, you're Buffalo, you're thinking this is almost going, if you're the fan, you're going, this is almost going too good this year because we'd love to have a shot at McDavid or Eichel.
And you hear people that know the game talk. These two kids are unbelievable. You know, Connor McDavid, Canadian,
franchise-changing players,
Yeah,
right? Possibly.
Absolutely. You know, in a mold of the Canes and the Crosbys and players like that.
Shot off the side of the net by Larson. Yeah, there's been just a lot of hoopla about both those guys for a long time. Now, McDavid's missed some time this year with an injury. Hurt during a fight, actually.
Yes.
Briere sends the puck over the line. Gets it back. Pass down the boards. With the puck is O'Reilly. He's got an assist in the game. To the point for Tyson Barrie. Gets away from Foligno. Foligno catches up to him, gives him a hit. Wraparound try by Landeskog. Deflects back high in the slot. Taken by Briere. His shot gets blocked. Briere again with the puck. Avalanche still have it. Landeskog's pass to the point. Shot gets blocked in front of the net. Swatted at and cleared out. Boy, knocked down in front of the net was Briere. He was slow in getting up. Meanwhile, the puck into the Colorado zone. Pass. Comes out to center and then brought in offside by Hodgson. There, Briere, Peter, was, well, let's see what happened here in front of the net.
He gets cross-checked right. Oh, yeah. That's right above where the pants stop, and there's no real protection there at all.
Maybe that chest protector shoulder pads don't go down far enough.
They don't go down.
A little spot, right? All the defensemen know where it's at.
Exactly. Any good defenseman knows that spot.
Duchesne against Ennis for the faceoff, or Flynn, excuse me. He won the draw. Picked ahead by Mazzaros. Up the wing for Talbot. Carried out to center ice by McKinnon. With Duchesne down the middle. The pass to Duchesne. Put out in front. Comes off the wall. Hodgson overskates the puck. And comes back to the Sabres. Zadorov turns away from Talbot. Makes a pass back between the circles for Andre Mazzaros to take. Zadorov's pass to center ice for Giunta. And Flynn shoots the puck across the rink. Stewart steps up for Colorado. Rams it around the wall. We're down to the last minute and 20 of play here in the second period. Still 2-0 for the Avs. That was their score at the end of the first period. Shot in by Buffalo. Up the boards. Jurgensen shoots. That's blocked. Tipped behind the net. Stafford for Buffalo. Being checked by Johnson. Cut off behind the net by Mitchell. Comes back to Stafford. Rolls behind the net. Jurgensen comes out in front. Pass back to the point. Final minute of the period. Shot goes off of Giunta. Georges out of the corner. And a roll behind the net for Stafford. Checked by Johnson. Fights through that check. Pass back towards the point. Batted through center by Ginla. Ristolainen coming back to pick up with 35 seconds to go in the period. Another rush for the Sabres. Out to center, Ristolainen to the red line. Shoots the puck around the boards. Pickard out to block the puck. Turned it up the wall. Stafford cut it off for Buffalo. Bounce free for Iginla. Up ice for Mitchell. 20 seconds to go in the period. Mitchell. Pass across, got tipped. Iginla takes it for Colorado. Freed up by Zadorov. His pass across, kept in by the Avalanche. Shot towards the front, gets blocked just as the horn sounds. And we didn't have any goals during that second period. Enroth did his job, and Pickard on the other end make it 6 consecutive periods in regulation without giving up a goal.
And the Avalanche, solid, smart period. The Sabres had some shots. They had 10, but not many golden opportunities.
Good smart period indeed for the Avalanche. They'll go to the third with a 2-goal lead. 2-0 for Colorado over Buffalo after 2 periods in Buffalo. Stay tuned on Altitude. Coming up after our break, you'll be able to watch the Subaru Intermission Report. Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. Pepsi, proud to be the official soft drink of the Colorado Avalanche. The Monkey Sports Superstore, now open in Colorado. Shop for the hockey, lacrosse, or baseball player on your Christmas list in Greenwood Village. or at monkeysports.com. And by the Ford Explorer. It's time you did your exploring. Ford Explorer. Go further. Avalanche lead after 2 periods, 2-0 over the Buffalo Sabres. While neither team able to score during the second period, we can look at one shift for the Avalanche in which they really controlled the puck in the Buffalo Sabres zone.
It's a great example of what John Mitchell, who was nice enough to join us after that second period, was talking about. Get the puck down low and just control the puck. Now, to me, one of the real key ingredients of this play is certainly the skill of Duchene and McKinnon. But it is also the play of number 25, Talbot, who's right in the middle of your screen right now. Look at him, he's out there, he's giving defensive help, and Barry comes in for a second. Talbot's ready for a shot if it comes around. The puck goes back around. Talbot moves back out. It allows McKinnon and Duchene to do what they do so well. And again, it just chips it back, and now he gets the best scoring chance on the play. And one of the things, Mike, if you're going to be that guy, it's sort of with 2 skilled players like that, you have to be able to play well without the puck. And Talbot did a great job has done a great job in this game, but also on that shift.
When Colorado scores in the third period, you score with Subway. If they score, go to your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock. Third period underway in Buffalo. Avalanche lead at 2-0. Eric Johnson, Cody McLeod with the goals. Eric Johnson, even strength goal in the first period within the first 2.5 minutes. He's got the puck. He shoots, blocked. And Cody McLeod later in the period at 7:07. Short-handed goal for Cody McLeod, becoming the 3rd Avalanche player, along with Mitchell and Tanguay, to score short-handed goals this season. And the Avalanche held off the scoreboard, but Buffalo as well during the second period. Right now, our shots 21-16 in favor of Buffalo.
Mike, for Buffalo, I have not seen Myers or Galetta come out. And
well, that's a lot. Myers, 9th in the NHL, Peter, in time on ice. The last 10 games have been averaging over 28 minutes a game. So that's a big loss for Buffalo. And
fortunately, they're getting Georges back in the lineup. The experienced defenseman they picked up as a free agent, from Montreal, or traded from Montreal. But Mike, he is that guy that can jump up and make the big play. So, and again, Buffalo is going to need somebody to step up.
Mazaros rams the puck around the wall into the Colorado zone. Blocked behind the net by Stewart. Comes free. Back up the wall. Kept in play by Foligno to Stewart. Swings at it. Hopped over his stick. Chasing. The Avalanche have got it. Carried out towards center by Redmond. Cut off in the middle circle. Zadorov to Mazaros. Sends it across, and Stewart falling down. Shoots the puck into the Colorado end. Sent around the glass. Back to the point. Mazaros sends it down the boards for Stewart to take. Shot across the rink. Back behind the net. Buffalo and Colorado just starting our third period to play here in Buffalo. 2-0 lead for the Avalanche. Marcus Foligno stripped of the puck smoothly by Mitchell. Skates out to center. Sends it wide. Back across. Shot. Score! What a shot by Alex Tanguay. And the Avalanche lead this one 3-0 on Tanguay's 10th goal of the season. And that ties him for the team lead with 20 points.
Just a sensational shot, but what a play by John Mitchell. I mean, he moved the man off the puck in the defensive zone. He comes up, drives the middle, which forces the defenseman to go with him, frees up Tanguay. Nice pass by Iginla. But all 3 parts of that 3-on-2, all 3 players that were involved did a perfect job. But not going to shoot the puck much more perfectly than that one by Tanguay.
Right by the glove hand of Jonas Enroth, making it a 3-0 lead. The Avs score, you win with Subway. Go to your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for $3 after 3. Iginla Mitchell with the assists. The Avalanche up 3-0. On my calculations, Peter, that's 8 different players have picked up a point in this game for Colorado.
You had the first goal, pardon me, Duchesne's line was on the ice, Mike. Then you get that real important McLeod goal with the situation shorthanded, and now Mitchell's line, all three guys combined.
Like for Calvin Pickard, Peter, this just couldn't be going any better. You're finally getting some goals to play with to be in net. Pickard's just been so good when he's been in, but just need a little goal support.
I'm sure he's looking up going, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Got a cushion to play with here.
Whoa.
Well, he's got 6 consecutive periods without giving up a goal. In regulation play, Tyler Ennis catches up to the puck. Pushed into the corner by Hayda. Ennis took it away. Starts out of the corner. Cleese trying to slow him up. Threw the puck out in front. Briere took it back for Colorado. Heads up ice for 3.5 minutes into the third period. 3-0 lead for Colorado. Both of these teams starting tonight. The first game of a back-to-back. Tomorrow night the Avalanche are in Detroit, and tomorrow night the Buffalo Sabres are in Boston. We're back-to-back. The Avalanche will play a total of 12 back-to-backs this season. For Buffalo, they've got 19 back-to-back games. Shot wide by Tanguay around the boards. Wide of the net, hops into the corner. Well, the Avalanche right now in control, leading 3-0. Shot by Stewart, blocked in front of the net. And this Avalanche team, they've won 7 games in a row against Buffalo. That's over the course of 9 years they've done it. They've done it with 3 shootouts and 1 overtime win during those 7 wins. And right now they're cruising at a 3-0 lead. There's going to be a penalty against the Buffalo Sabres. And you can see Daniel Briere down on one knee. He was the recipient of that penalty. And for the 3rd time tonight, Avalanche are going on the power play.
Maybe a little frustration for the... Ooh, Michael. That was... watch him lock in behind here and throw him back. Now,
put the leg.
There was a play.
His leg out, right?
Who was it? The player in Dallas that sort of slew-footed the guy. That was a nasty play right there. Because you pull a guy back and you don't have a real opportunity to protect yourself as you're going down.
Into the box goes Johan Larsson. He's the player that was called up this afternoon from Rochester and arrived about 20 minutes before the game started. Now he sits in the penalty box. The Avalanche on their 3rd power play opportunity of the game. Alex Tanguay feeds it back to the blue line for Barry. Ropes it around the wall all the way back to the other point for Johnson. He returns the favor, so from one point to the other, then back. Sabres steal away the puck. Georges drops it in the corner. Pass by Iginla in the slot. Shot scored! John Mitchell from Alex Tanguay and Jerome Iginla. And the Avalanche with 2 even-strength goals, a shorthanded goal, and now a power play goal. And what a game John Mitchell is having. What an influence and what an absolute delight he is to watch when he gets back in the lineup.
And this is what Patrick Waugh was talking about. And not to make injuries the excuse. They're not. But Patrick Waugh said we really haven't had a chance to really look at our club in a complete sense. The top 6 forwards for the Avalanche, they've all been healthy. Tanguay's missed 2 games. The rest of them have all been there. But you can see what Mitchell does, how he adds to the balance of this hockey club. And, that was, again, these 3 guys combined on a pretty play.
Great passing, and we've certainly seen all season from Alex Tanguay. And Mitchell with his first power play goal of the season. He's got a shorthanded goal and a power play goal this year. And the Avalanche lead this one 4-0. Iginla gives the puck to Brad Stewart. Backhands it wide of the net.
Mike, it's sort of an extra little aside on this, but it's a good aside for the Avalanche. With this 4-0 lead now the Avalanche aren't forced to overshift guys, overplay guys. They can play all the lines, and they can just really move the ice time around, and so they get ready for it tomorrow night.
Off of Benroth. And Peter, the last 7 wins for the Avalanche have all been come from behind wins. So for the Avs, this is such a different feeling. Up 4-0 in the third period. They've had to come from behind to win games. That's 7 of them. Cannon's pass through center, knocked down. McLeod pushed the puck across the Buffalo blue line. Girgensons makes the pass across and dumped into the Colorado end. Cannon sends it around behind the net. Well, a large crowd here in Buffalo has not had much to cheer. But the Avalanche have been terrific as McLeod sends the puck to the net. Turned away by the goaltender Enroth and then cleared out. The Avalanche have done it in different fashions. Short-handed, power play, even strength, and up 4-0 with 13 minutes to go in the third period.
But Mike, you look at the goals. What's been one of the big keys? Some real nice passing plays. All 4 of them, the goals have resulted on great passes that set up the shot.
To the point for Jan Hayda. Lobs the puck. Briere. Catch up to it. Punches it around the wall. The Avs trying to stop a 6-game winning streak by the Sabres here at home, and for the Avalanche, lost their last couple of games in overtime. Stafford drives to the front of the net. That stopped, and we've got a penalty on Colorado. But the Avalanche have added a couple of goals in this third period. First, Alex Tanguay with a beautiful shot, and then the power play goal for John Mitchell. All right, let's answer the Stevenson Automotive Did You Know question. Go back to 1975, and in Game 3, what delayed part of the game? Well, looks obvious. Is that Bernie Parent there?
That's Bernie Parent.
That didn't seem fair. If you're a goalie, you can't see the puck. Well, the fog.
Yeah, I happen to be playing that game. Not actually playing, but sitting on the bench. You know, I was supposed to have been a part of it, but the great thing was...
It's funny, they always talk about you being in the fog all the time.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's where it started. No, but I was one of the guys that had to skate around with a towel. To try to
dissipate the fog?
To lift the fog. The next game, they got a group of high school kids to come out.
I remember that.
But this is the other part of it that was so funny. And this one, Jimmy Lorenz, great friend. Watch him. He knocks the bat out of midair. But you should have seen the confusion after this. Nobody. You would have thought the bat was a vampire. The way that no one wanted to touch it. They were like, oh, people were just like so. It was just hilarious. Finally, one of the Philadelphia players got it and threw it in the penalty box. The minor officials in the penalty box, they were like little girls. They were standing up on the chair. It was just...
A steal by the Avalanche. Carried up ice by Cleach, followed by Talbot. It's out to center. It's a power play chance for Buffalo. Ryan O'Reilly incurred a 2-minute minor for slashing at 7:35. And so Buffalo on their third power play chance of the game. They're 0 for 2 and have given up a short-handed goal. Stafford passed across to Stewart. Backhanded across. Tip. Chased down by Stafford. Passed into the middle for Ennis. Slings it across. Back to the corner. Stafford chasing for Buffalo. Behind the net, Stewart centers in front for Flynn, and Pickard makes another save. 54 seconds left in the O'Reilly penalty, and Calvin Pickard continues his tremendous play. He's made all the saves tonight.
Like you were talking with Patrick Waugh, and Patrick was saying that, you know, if the only reason that Pickard would not be in nets tomorrow night is if he was exhausted. It was another one of those 48 save deals, and he was just bombarded. That has just not been the case in tonight's game.
I think we expect to see then Pickard will be in net tomorrow night against Detroit. Shot from the point gets tipped out of play.
Look at his performance so far. These are just rookies. These aren't, you know, the Patrick Waughs, the Craig Billingtons of the world. These are just rookies for the Avalanche. But already he has 3 of the top 5 all time.
And it's one thing to make 47 saves. It's another to do it against the Pittsburgh Penguins the way they were playing the other night.
I mean, as it said, the number that Patrick Waugh threw out was 26 chances. Well, if the Pittsburgh Penguins have 26 chances, I mean, that's a lot of really good hockey players having some chances. I mean, Malkin was ridiculous.
Hodgson circles in front, shot, stick save made by Pickard, and then the rebound taken and flung down the ice by Johnson. for Colorado, leaving just 20 seconds left in the O'Reilly penalty. 4-0 for the Avalanche. The Sabres team, they've given up 10 goals in the last 2 games. They lost 6-1 their last time out on Tuesday in Winnipeg against the Jets. And for the Avalanche, a team that had been shut out in 2 of the previous 3 games, got to feel good about getting some goals scored, and especially among your top players tonight. Covered by Enroth, and we got a face-off coming up in the Buffalo zone.
I think as you're moving along, if you're Calvin Pickard, Mike, you are naturally just getting more and more confident because you do play games against Pittsburgh. He hasn't had to wonder, can I play against the best? Pittsburgh's one of the very best clubs as far as offensive production, getting good scoring chances, making good shots. They just don't throw the puck at the net. They make good shots.
Got by Landeskog, blocked and sent out to center. He's back to even strength in the Buffalo Sabres. 0 for 3 tonight on the power play as the Avs penalty killing. Certainly one of the highlights this season for Colorado. Continues to be good tonight. Benoit sends the puck across for Georges. Back to Benoit. Up ice. Shut ahead by Foligno. Deep and around the boards in the Colorado zone. Puck kicks free along the end wall. Behind the net. Larson takes the puck for Buffalo. Reverses. O'Reilly staying with him for Colorado. Larson goes down. O'Reilly takes the puck. Sends a pass. And then a cross ice tip out to center by Landeskog. Benoit puts it off the wall. Back into the Colorado end. 9:20 left to go in this one. Avalanche firmly in control. Pickard looks strong. Avalanche have got 4 goals. Back to get to the puck. Delorier playing a little defense. Up ice for Ennis. Stafford shoots and blocker save made by Pickard. Skated out to center by the Avalanche. Pushed ahead by McKinnon. Blocked at the line. One-handed ahead out to center. Tyler Ennis cuts across. Inside the blue line. Fires a pass towards the near side corner. Dropped there. Picked up by the Sabres. Stafford turns, reverses the puck behind the net. Freed up. Ennis out of the corner with the puck. Squeezed off the puck. And it comes back to the point. Kept in by Buffalo. Ennis. Stafford moves it behind the net. Centering pass for the defenseman, Ristolainen, but it was tipped away. Back to center ice comes McKinnon. Coming wide, he shoots. Juggled and dropped down to the ice by Enroth. Ristolainen, long pass ahead for Stafford. 8 minutes to go in the game. Flynn puts the puck across the rink for Ennis. Chases it down, plays the puck back into his own zone. Ristolainen sends across for Georges. Back to Ristolainen. Long pass, doesn't connect. Icing called on the Buffalo Sabres. Picked up for the Avalanche. They got the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow. So back-to-back games for the Avs. The old rivalry renewed, now in different conferences. They'll only play each other twice, once in Detroit, that'll be tomorrow, and then one more time this season in Denver. And we'll have it for you tomorrow night on Altitude.
And one thing for the Detroit Red Wings right now, they're struggling. They have scored 5 goals in the last 5 games, and they're 0-2-3 inside of those 5 games.
As I said, they're top goaltender right now, Peter. He's day-to-day with an injury, Jimmy Howard. And the Avalanche have not won a game this year in the second half of a back-to-back, but when you pull off a win tomorrow, all of a sudden you just picked up 5 out of 6 points on this trip.
And then you go home, Mike, and 7 of the next 9 are at home, and 5 of them are in division, those big 4-point games.
So if you're going to make your move, now is the time, that's for sure.
And Patrick Waugh was saying that inside of each 10-game segment, you need to get 12 points. That's 8 segments. You get in 96 points with a couple extra games at the end. The Avalanche have gotten 8 points in the first segment, 9, and then 10. So they're about 9 points off the pace that they know they need to get to. Well, you need to have a couple segments where you're off the charts good.
Kicked away by Pickard, and then pointed at the puck Avalanche got to it, couldn't get out of the zone. Benoit's shot tipped up high into the screen and out of play. 7 minutes left to go in this game. Calvin Pickard and the Avs leading 4-0. Avalanche came out strong to begin the game. Great passing set up the goal by Eric Johnson. He scored 3 goals in a row for the Avalanche. And then shorthanded, Cody McLeod tipped in a pass from Ryan O'Reilly. 2-0 Avs after 1. Nobody scored in the second. And then into the third, early another goal. And in the first 2.5 minutes, first it was Tanguay, and then a power play goal for Mitchell shortly after that has made it 4-0. And Mitchell with a goal and an assist in his return. And the Avalanche lead this one 4-0 over the Buffalo Sabres. The Avalanche trying to make it 8 wins in a row against Buffalo. Last year, the Avs swept the series, outscoring the Sabres 11-3 in the 2 games last season. Stewart catches up to the puck for Buffalo. Turns, fires across, shot, score! And there goes the shutout bid for Calvin Pickard. Back door, pass by Stewart, slammed in, and it's a 4-1 hockey game with 6:33 to go. And Johan Larsson, who arrived right before the game started, did not get a pregame warm-up, scores a goal. And I believe that whole warm-up thing overrated.
I was going to say, you don't need it. Just stay in the room. I believe, Mike, this is his first NHL goal. Congratulations to him. He comes in and gets just puck slides across. And you know, there's one thing about hockey players, Mike. Once again, you get inside of 10 minutes and there's no goals, they want that shutout for their goaltender. So that's a really upset group for the Avalanche. That was their top, their most experienced guys. Tanguay, Ginlin, and Mitchell were out there, and you hate that for your goaltender.
Well, I think especially, Peter, the way that Pickard has played, it's kept them in games, given them a chance to win. It's almost like a thank you to the goaltender. We're going to give you a shutout here in the win.
Absolutely, and you consider the fact he did have a shutout last game if anybody had scored a goal during the 60 minutes.
Behind the net and a center in front. Shot just over the back of the net. Let's get it back. Quick pass to ice by O'Reilly. Sends it across for Briere. Tipped it into the Buffalo zone. 5:45 remaining in this game. Hayda alone in front. Fires a shot. Kicked out by Enroth. Pass behind the net for Briere. Taken away and chipped out to center ice by the Sabres. Well, Buffalo gets a goal from Johan Larsson. Stewart with an assist. And it is a 4-1 hockey game. The other assist goes to another former Avalanche, Andre Benoit. So 2 former Avs assisting on the Buffalo goal. And Johan Larsson with his first goal in the National Hockey League. It's 4-1 Avs.
Well, Michael, the Avs still up 4-1 in this hockey game. But what are we talking about getting hot? Chicago, Pittsburgh, Mike, you expect that. They're just 2 terrific hockey clubs. We can see them in the Stanley Cup Finals. But Buffalo, Nashville, Toronto, on the kind of runs the Avalanche need to go on. And what's the thing about Buffalo, Nashville, and Toronto? All those clubs missed the playoffs last year. So, I mean, it's a team thing right now. And you, as a group, you have got to pull things together. And this has been one of the best group wins for the Avalanche tonight. A lot of people really played well.
Made his pass in front, comes up the slot, tipped in by the Sabres, tipped across, fired on net, and save made by Pickard. It up off the wall, back out to center ice. .445 left to go in the game. Avalanche lead by 3. We'll play this Buffalo Sabres team one more time this season in Denver on March 28th, late in the season at Pepsi Center. Sabres moving out to center. Pass up ice for Giunta. Shoots it in. Knocked down and taken away by Barry. Sends the puck around the wall. Handled by Gennon. Turned it back behind him. On his way to the bench to Enroth. Extra skater out with 4 minutes. So get a page out of the Patrick Waugh book, and we've seen this more and more around the National Hockey League. After last year, Patrick Waugh started this trend of pulling his goaltender earlier than what had normally been thought of in the National Hockey League. Well, a minute, maybe a minute and a half as that shot from center ice goes off the post. So we're seeing more teams doing this now. Tanguay waits. Puck stripped away from him by Larson. Backhands it in. So extra skater out for Buffalo. They've been down 4-1. One thing you know about Ken Nolan's clubs, Peter, they do not give up no matter what the score. He always has coached teams that play hard. Stewart centered out in front. Goes all the way back to the point. George is waiting. Shoots it around behind the net for Stewart. Centered out in front. Comes back to Stewart. Redmond trying to pin the puck against the boards. Lost it to Stewart. Turned it back to the point. Shot through traffic. Blocked by Mitchell. Didn't realize he had blocked it, or where the puck was at least. Shot wide of the net. And there's going to be a penalty on the Avalanche. 3:03 left in the third. Avs up 4-1. Buffalo has pulled their goaltender, and now they're going to get a power play opportunity.
I can guarantee you the goaltender's not going back into that. They actually, if you can't score, you get what you want right here. You force the Avalanche with players down. Here's the post, but Mike can take a penalty again right there. Just that's about as square on the post as you can shoot it. You know, it's funny, Mike, because the Avalanche now have been in the West for so long, and of course Buffalo has been in the East. You forget what an unbelievable history these two clubs have against each other. When they were Quebec and Buffalo in the old Adams division, and you know that old divisional setup where it was Boston, Buffalo, Quebec, Hartford, Montreal in the Adams division really, I think, helps set up the new divisional format where you play the first 2 rounds inside of your division, because those used to be just phenomenal battles. You used to play each other 8 times, and then another 7 possibly in the playoffs. You could play a team 30 times in 2 years, easily, you know, and it just
develops some dislike, don't you?
Just test them.
So power play chance for Buffalo. This is their 4th of the game. Out at center ice. Played back in there, Ristolainen. Goalie's pulled, so it's a 6-on-4 situation for Buffalo. Dropped at the line, picked up by Ennis. By the way, playing his 300th NHL game tonight. Stewart plays the puck along the boards for Ennis. Hand off. Girgensson turned it up the boards, back to the point. Ristolainen sends it to the far side point. Stafford cutting across, backhand off the side of the Avalanche net. Back to the near side boards. Girgenson's down low for Stafford. Cuts around. Back to the point. Shot through some traffic, goes wide. Back around the boards. Punch back towards the point. Girgenson's. Ennis. Shot. Save. Rebound. Cleared away just in time by the Avalanche. Ristolainen at the point. 2 minutes to go in the game. Girgensson cross ice, and it shoots, but Pickard saw it coming and makes the save. 54 seconds remaining in the Mitchell penalty. He went off for cross-checking at 16:57.
But we had a nice look at that, and again, Michael, he's not getting lucky. You know, I keep wondering, is he getting lucky? I don't know goaltending that well, but when you watch how solid he is when he comes across in a play like that, I mean, there's
waiting for it.
He's waiting. He was there. He was down. He was, he was all set for the shot. He's not just diving back and you're going through one of those stretches where everything's hitting you. He's making the save.
Ennis has the puck after the faceoff. Pass around the wall towards Tyler Ennis. 40 seconds left in the Mitchell penalty. And just a minute 40 to go in the game. And Pickard saw it come off the boards and covers at the post for a faceoff.
This Buffalo Sabre team, Mike, they came into tonight's game actually closer to the playoffs than the Avalanche. With LA winning the game tonight, the Avalanche were 12 points out of the wild card. Buffalo was only 8 points out of the wild card in the East, so it's still out there for them.
What we don't know is what kind of injury that Tyler Myers had. We haven't seen him in the second or third period of play. He's a big factor of this team. Ristolainen cutting in. He shoots, had it blocked, gets it again, moves it around for Ennis. 10 seconds left in the Mitchell penalty. 6-on-4 Buffalo. Pass tipped to the front, blocked and cleared down the ice. It is going wide of the Buffalo net. The Mitchell penalty is over. Enroth stays on the bench for the final minute of regulation. Long pass ahead for Gionta. Skip past him. No icing. Pickard. And then the puck flung down the ice by the Avs. Just to be icing with 46 seconds to go in our game.
John Mitchell, as we mentioned, played one game in the last 11. And Patrick Waugh shuffled up the lines. And this line was moving the puck early. It was good to see them in the third period get some stuff. Here's a penalty, took at the end. They won. You know, Mike, there's the goal. He scored. I mean, absolutely everything for the Avalanche tonight.
We've seen him have an impact before when he came back. Remember the game? This was in Ottawa, right? When he came in early in the game, got a short-handed goal after playing his first game. Chance for Tanguay for the empty netter, and he scores it. Alex Tanguay with his third point of the game, second goal, and the Avalanche up 5-1 with 26 seconds left to go in the game. So for the Avalanche, they're going to get their 11th win. They'll get to 30 points, and they'll break a two-game losing streak with a terrific win tonight in Buffalo.
And Mike, these are my kind of goals right here. Again, look, could have stopped and shot that puck into the net, but he saw Tanguay was sitting there, just sort of threw it out into the little soft area, left Tanguay come through and just, you know, put that one home. But those are teammate goals right there.
Empty netter for Colorado. He's back up by 4. And just 10 seconds left to go in this one, as much of the crowd has already left. And the Avalanche are going to get the win. And now that is 3 out of 4 points in the first 2 games of a 3-game road trip, and now it's on to Detroit. But for the Colorado Avalanche, and Calvin Pickard with a victory, and that brings his record to 5-5-2. Alex Tanguay with 3 points, leading the way for the Avs in their 5-1 victory.
Mike, it started well for the Avalanche, and it continued all game long. Good second period, something that they've been working at over the course of the last while. The third period, Mike, that was just like they just brought everything down for the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres could not get anything started.
Tanguay with 3 points, again led 3 assists in this game, and Pickard with the win, and he continues to sparkle for Colorado. They get the win, their 11th of the season, now at 30 points. Our final score from Buffalo, 5-1 for the Colorado Avalanche. Tomorrow night, the Avs are against their arch rival, the Detroit Red Wings. We'll start at 3:30 with our coverage. Now let's send you to the studio in Denver for the AutoNation Toyota Locker Room Report.